Good morning, everybody. I want to apologize for being late today. Let me know when you come on if you can hear me. I was having technical problems before, so hopefully we got them worked out. Give me a minute to breathe. Okay, I'm just going to give a moment to everybody to get here. We've got kind of a cloudy day here in Arkansas today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, everything looks okay. Like I said, I'm creating cards with Debbie, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, and I want to welcome you here today. Be sure that you like and share the video, and if you're watching it later on YouTube, be sure that you hit that subscribe button down below, that you be subscribed to my channels, and every time I load a new video, you'll be notified if you click that little bell also. So that's just a little FYI. All right, so creating cards with Debbie. And if you want to shop with me in my store, you can go to www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And the host code for November is 2F2WCG6P. And that's also in our banners here. So let me bring that up and show you while we've got time here. So here's our November host code. Move this stuff out of the way. And if you need to email me about anything, you can reach me at creatingwith179@gmail.com. Any questions or just to say hello or anything. All right, right now, Stampin' Up! Has got a seasonal sale going on. This is our Black Friday sale that we have a little bit early. It's running from November 14th until November 16th. And what that is, we've got sales going on with, let me move this away. I've got too many papers crinkling here. Okay, you can get 10% off of ribbons and trims, 15% off of inks, which includes the ink refills, the blending, Stampin' Blends, the regular markers, the ink pads. So that was 15% off. And 20% off on papers, and that includes our cardstock, our specialty paper, our designer series paper. So it's a great time to stock up on everything. And that was 20% off on the papers. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So this runs until November 16th. I put my order in yesterday, so I did a good-sized order and got stocked up on some papers and inks and ribbons and all that sort of stuff that we use all the time. All right, and then Paper Pumpkin for, let's see, this November, this would be the December Paper Pumpkin. It says, all the best. Gift a box of handmade cards to those you love. And let me see what that says about that. It says, the December Paper Pumpkin Kit comes with all the pieces you need to make 9 handmade cards detailed with yellows, blues, and gold foil. This kit also comes with an acetate box for you to store your finished cards and envelopes. You can gift the box of cards to a loved one, and they can gift a card to someone else. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Share your love of crafting with those around you using the All the Best Paper Pumpkin Kit. This month's kit includes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and 9 coordinating envelopes, 1 acetate box to fit cards and envelopes from the kit, 1 Pebbled Path ink spot, and that's one of our new colors, 1 photopolymer stamp set, embellishments, specialty gold foil die cuts, and enough adhesive to finish the project. So let me give you my website to be able to sign up for the Paper Pumpkin. It's right there. And as always, we've got our online exclusives going on, and they add new products. I think it's every quarter. So we just had some more added. So you want to go in there and check that out. Just go to my store and click on the online exclusive tab, and that'll take you to all the new products that are there. I think I'm using some of those today. So you get a sneak peek. And it's also join my team for $99 plus free shipping. And you receive $125 worth of product that you pick out yourself. You get to pick and choose what you want in your kit. So if you have any questions on that, just reach out to me. You can even email me, or you can private message me on Facebook, and I'll be glad to help you if you have any questions, or if you want to sign up. I'd love to have you on my team. And with my team, you get not just me, but you get extra team members that are above me, and some other team members that are friends, that we all work together, and we have training and all sorts of stuff going on. So let me click off with that and go back to our original tab there. And like I said, be sure when you come on that you say if you can hear me or not. I could bring up my iPad, I guess, and check that out. So maybe I'll do that. Let me do that. So anyway, the sale items that I mentioned are Black Sale, the seasonal sale. Those all come out of the annual catalog. So it's not out of the mini catalog. It's just out of our big annual catalog. So that's just a little FYI also there. And I'm trying to make room here to set things. I'm not having much luck. Let me bring my iPad up here real quick and see if the sound is okay before we go on. Give me just a moment. It shouldn't take but a minute. Okay. Facebook. Creating cards with Debbie. Says I'm live. Let me see what my sound sounds like. I think I got my sound off on here. Can you hear me? Yep. Let me see. Can you hear me? No? Am I muted on there? No? So maybe you can't hear me. That's scary. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There we are. Okay, good. It was just a little delay. Can you hear me? There we are. Okay. Okay, good. All right, that answered my question. I'm glad. All right, so that means we can get on with the show. I'd like to give a moment for everybody to get here. I know I told everybody that I was having technical problems, so they might not have gotten a notification that I'm live yet. So let me see. Is everything set up here right? Yeah. Let me show you the box that we're going to be doing first. Let me see if I can get a good view of this. And let me switch places here. All right. Can you still hear me, I hope? No. I don't think you can. Can you hear me? I don't know if I like this new system or not. I'm having more problems with it. Can you hear me? Hmm. And just say, can you hear me? All right, there we go. So here's the box that we're going to be making. It's got a little tag that says for you. And then the top just pulls off like this. And we have a bottle of Bath and Body Works hand soap. Just fits right in, really nice. Put some bit in the box there. There we go. And we just slip that back on there. So it makes a nice Christmas gift to give to your hostess if you're going somewhere for celebrating Christmas, or you could change out the paper and just make it a birthday gift too. So, but we're going to do some cutting and some scoring. So, yeah, bring up my instructions here. I need to make a little bit of room here. So I'm going to bring out my paper trimmer. We're going to do some trimming or some scoring. I've already cut it down to size. It needs to be 8.5 inches by 9.5 inches. And on the 9.5 inch side, let me bring my arm out here. I'm going to make sure that that's my 9.5 inch side. And I'm just putting that a camera view here because it's kind of hard to get everything here. And on the 9.5 inch side, we're going to score it. So let's bring that cutting blade down here so we don't accidentally cut it. I have done that before. And we're going to score it first at 2 1/4 inches. Oops, see, I almost took my cutting blade. Score blade, Dad, score blade. All right, 2 1/4 inches, and then 4.5 inches, which is right there. And again at 6 3/4 inches. If you don't have this paper trimmer, it's in our book. Maybe back towards the back with our tools and things. I don't remember the price on it. I have to look it up. But it comes with a scoring blade and the cutting blade. And it extends, the arm extends out to 17 inches. So you can cut very large papers with this. All right, 6 3/4 and now 9 inches, which is right there. And then we're going to turn it to the short side, which is the 8.5 inch side. And we're going to score that at 1/2 inch and 8 inches. So here's our 1/2 inch right here. And then we're going to move it on over to the 8 inch side. So it's going to leave you a 1/2 inch tab on each side is what it's doing. All right, so we got that sheet done. So let's go ahead and do, I was going to say we should do a scoring on that first, but I think maybe I'm going to continue with the box first and we'll bring this back later. That way I won't confuse everybody. So you're going to need a good scissors. I'm going to bring my paper snips over here. This is my good one. It's got a little bit of glue on it, but that's okay. And we're going to turn it so that our edge that we didn't score is on your right hand side. And we're going to cut out these tabs here at the 1/2 inch side. And I'm going to miter that just a little bit. Each one of those, which is just take off a little at an angle, kind of like a V shape, kind of. And we're going to do the other side the same. So I'm just going to cut a little past that score line and kind of make a V. I guess that's what it would be. All right, I'll keep our line over here, and then we're going to cut up on each score line up to that first score line. And we're going to miter those just a little bit too, at each one, each side. And got a little piece right there. Hope everybody's doing well today. And like I said, we're cloudy here in Arkansas today. I don't think we're supposed to have any rain. It's just overcast, I guess. And they're saying next week for Thanksgiving, we're supposed to start getting kind of cool. So we've been lucky where we've been in the 70s, and it's been pretty nice. But so I guess that's all got to come to an end. So is everybody ready for their Thanksgiving meal? We're going to go to my brother's house. He just bought a new house to them. So he wants to have all of us over there. So I usually end up having it. So it's kind of nice to have somebody else doing it. But I am going to take quite a bit of food, I guess. So I still got to do the cooking. He's going to fry a couple turkeys, and then we're going to do kind of like a potluck where everybody brings something, so we can help out. Won't be so much work on just one person. All right, what happened? Just checking. Okay, now we're going to do our bone folder, and we're going to burnish all these 4 lines that we did. I hope everybody finds me today. If not, if you're watching the replay, be sure that you like and share. And if you have any questions, you can ask some questions on there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if it's something that's real pressing, you can private message me on chat. So whichever works best for you. And I'm going to put this up on my blog later today also, so you'll have all the measurements and the directions. So just give me time to do that. It might be more towards evening that I'll have it all loaded up. So, and my blog is, let me see if I can find that. I thought I had it on here. Maybe I don't have it on here. I guess I don't. I'll put it in the comments later when I'm done with my video, so you'll be able to see it there. All right. Okay, so we're going to bring out our turn tape. And we're going to put some turn tape just on this tab here. This is your 1/2-inch tab on the long side. Hard to believe the holidays are here already. The time has gone so fast. Like I said, the older I get, the faster the time goes. Sure holds to be true. All right, I want my pick your pick tool. I'm reaching over here. I need to move that closer to me. Let me rearrange a little bit here. All right, we're going to take our pointy end of our take your pick tool, and we're going to take this backing off of our tearing tape. And instead of trying to line this up all even, all you got to do is fold your box over and get those tabs out of the way. And it should match up perfectly on top of that. Well, it's kind of off a little bit, look like. That's okay. Okay. So here's our box. It's a little square. And that is off a little bit. I don't like that. I wonder, I must have scored it a little bit off. Let's see if I can take that off, maybe move it over. Maybe. You don't let it sit on the tearing tape too long, it will come back off. So maybe rip it a little bit, but that's going to be on the inside. It won't show anyway. I'm going to try matching this up better. But it should match up that way. I don't know. I might have scored it just a little bit off. All right, that'll stick back down there. Okay, that's better. All right, so now we decide which is going to be our top and our bottom. But first, we're going to work on our top and bottom, which are, oh, I didn't say what color this paper was. It's our Mossy Meadow cardstock. And now you'll need 2 squares that are 5 and, let's see, what is it, 5, yeah, 5 and 5/16, 5 and 5/16. If you don't know where that is on your ruler, it is, let me see, right. It's the one that's that little notch right after the 1/4 inch mark. So it's just it's between the 1/4 and the 3/8 inch. That's your 5/16 mark. That's a tongue twister. 5 and 5/16. All right, so we need to bring our paper trimmer back over here because we're going to do some scoring on these also. So we'll do one at a time here. And they're exactly squares. You don't have to worry which is top or bottom. So we're going to go 1.5 inches all the way around, all corners. So 1.5. Make sure you got your, you don't have your cutter, that you got your score blade instead. So 1.5. One and a half. And the fourth one, 1.5. We'll set that aside. We'll do the other one. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. And again, 1.5. Oops, a little bit past there. There we go. All right, now we're done with the paper trimmer. Now, if you need it again. And then we're going to get our scissors out here, and we're going to do the same. We're going to, let's do the unfolding first. Get the 4 lines at the crease. Makes it easier to see here. And again with this one. Okay. Now we're going to do some mitering and cutting. We're going to cut up. We're not doing all the score lines. We're just doing ones that are on one side, each side, the top and the bottom. And we're going to miter those in a little bit. And each one. So I've only got maybe a couple projects today because I didn't know how long the box was going to take. But I do have a 3rd card ready in case we do have time. So for sure it's 1 box, gift box, and a card that matches. That's what we're doing. For sure. And on this side, we do the same. Must be something in the air. My nose has been going crazy the last couple of days. My allergies are flared up, I guess, or something. I don't know what's blooming out there. And pull off these little tabs. Come off of there. here we go. So here we got this one. And we're going to do, one will be the top and one will be the bottom. So that's why we need two lids. Oops, cardstock in the way there. There we go. Come on out of there. I'm hanging on for dear life there. Don't have much for news to talk about today. Other than Thanksgiving coming up, there's not a whole lot going on. Does anybody go out shopping the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday? I think I did that one year and it was so crazy I said I'll never do that again. So if I do any Black Friday shopping, it's going to be online. It's safer. And I didn't fire this side here. All right, so we got all that taken care of and get my mess out of the way here. So this is what it should look like when it's finished. And I'm going to bring my glue out here. You could use tear and tape, or you could use your adhesive of choice. You could use a tape runner, whatever, but I'm, you know me, I got to use my Tombow. And we're just going to put our tabs on the inside. So we're going to fold those back and add a little bit of glue on there. And if you do just thin lines of glue, it'll dry faster than if you had big gobs. So we're just going to go with a little glue on each side. And put those tabs in. And with the liquid glue, you got to hold it for a moment until it dries. But it shouldn't take it too long. And I'll begin on these. I might have been out of camera view there when I did that one. And place those together. Oops, this one's. I had that a little bit too far. And we're going to see if that fits onto our box. We're going to fold these down. Yeah, it works. So these are going to be folded inside to reinforce the box a little bit. So just push those inside. And you don't need to really have to glue those because they're going to stay in place on their own. So this one's crooked for some reason. Maybe press that down. No, the box bottom is going to fit right on there. Oh, it did. Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to squirt a little glue in there to hold it. And I think we just do two sides. That'll hold it pretty good. So there's our bottom. Now we're going to push these in like we did the bottom. And I'm going to use my bone folder to get those tabs laying down flat. And we're going to do the same with our other lid. We're going to put glue on those. Let me open these up. And turn this around and put some glue on the other side. We'll do all the gluing at one time. And put it back on that. And we're going to bring up our sides to match up with our other side. So make sure that fits on there before it dries up too much. And it's a little bit tight, so we're going to move out our tabs a little bit. Maybe. And I had them too close to the edges. It's really set up pretty good. Okay, that's much better. It's still a little bit tight. I'm gonna see if I can't loosen up this other side too a little bit. See, there's no mistakes in paper crafting. Sometimes it's just a little bit more challenging. There we go. Much better. Okay. To glue that back in again. Okay, we're going to set our box aside, and we're going to work on our designer series paper. And I've already cut those all already, so you have to sit and watch me painfully cutting up designer series paper, which is, where are we? Let me get my bits and pieces out here. Let me clean up my mess here. Make a little bit of room. Put my trash can. Scoop that into it. Oh, I already had them out. They're right here. All right. Let's get the glue off my fingers. Did I write these down? I don't think I did. Instructions here. No, I got it wrong there. I'm going to measure as I go. Okay, the designer series paper that I'm using comes from Traditions of St. Nick 12 by 12 designer series paper. And this is an online exclusive, so just go into the online tab and you'll find it there. And lots of pretty prints. It's got. Make sure I'm showing in the camera. Let's start out with this. It's a full sheet. I've been cutting on these. So I've used this before, and we've got a die that cuts out the Santa for the Father Christmas. That one's the same. Mailboxes. We're using the back side of this one. See this print? We've got some holly wreaths. Some stockings. So anyway, we're using this one and this one. So we're using. And the item number on that, you can use that, is 162355. Okay, so we've got 4 side panels, and these measure 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. We've got a square one that goes on the top, and that's 2 1/8 inches square. And then we've got 8 for the lid, and those are 1 3/8 by 2 1/8. And there's 8 of those. So let's go ahead and work on those. I think I'll do let's do the sides first. Put some glue on all of those. I'm going to bring my silicone mat over here. I had that, where did I put it? Right here. And I can glue a couple at the same time. Save a little time, maybe. Oops. Make sure you put them on that they're not upside down. I'm going to try to center that. You didn't see me lick my finger there, did you? I forget that you can see me. And keep going all the way around until you got all 4 sides done. And I'm trying to line them up so that they're the same. I think I'm going to do this box a little different. On my original, I've got the bow on the top, but I'm thinking I might go around the middle instead. Because when you're looking at the box with the bow at the top, it makes you think that you got to untie it to open it, but you don't. So I'm going to do this one a little bit different. All right, now we're going to do our lid top and bottom panels. And there's 4 on each. So we've got a total of 8. Let's start with the top one first. So what kind of pies are you all having for Thanksgiving? Let me get my comments up here. Hi, Becky. Glad you're here. Oh, you do have an echo every so often? Oh, I know. I got a message on my StreamYard here when I first got on there saying that Chrome was having problems with the echoing, but they were working on it. So I tried switching to Firefox browser, but I couldn't get it to download. They wanted my credit card information, and I don't want to put that out there. It's supposed to be free, but yet they ask for credit cards. Don't make sense to me. So I hope it's not really bad. Is it real annoying? Probably only when I talk. So I might get with their customer service and see how long they think they might be before they get it fixed. So far, I'm going with the free offer that they have, and I was going to go with the subscription one, but if it's not going to be any better than this, I don't think I want to. But I do like that you're able to, I have a split screen and you can see me besides my tabletop work surface. So I don't know. Becky's making homemade pumpkin pie. Oh, you grow your own pumpkins. Ooh, yum. Even better. My daughter planted watermelons this year, and she gave us one of the big watermelons out of there, but we haven't cut it open yet. So she said theirs was really good. I guess we need to give it a try here. Okay, so now we've got our tag, which is cut out from the tailor-made tags. And we're using this one here, which is probably the second from the smallest, I'm going to say. And then I cut out the tabs with the wrong tab cutter die. And the stamp set that we're using for our tag is we're using the St. Nicholas stamp set. We're going to be using this little cluster of the gingerbread man and drink, and then the candy cane. And there's one other one here. We're using the sparkling snowflakes, and we're going to use the For You stamp in there. So let's go ahead and grab those. And this For You, and this one. And I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm going to stamp the For You with the Mossy Meadow ink. And we're just going to stamp that kind of kitty corner across the top. I'll make sure that's looking good. All right, pretty good. And we're going to close up our ink pad. And I'm going to use my Falcamento ink to stamp our trio here. And we'll go at the lower portion of our tag. Oh, and the tag was cut out of basic white cardstock. I didn't mention that. And we'll put that in our, this is my little dish, magnetic dish that I got at the craft fair. It's got a little teacup. And I don't know if you can see it that well on the camera. Well, not really. Figure out where my camera is. It's really cute. It's got the cup and then the plate is attached and it's magnetized. It's so much prettier than that metal bowl that I had before. Let's see my things on here. I got some stamping green. And I'm using, let me list them. I got the dark Pebble Path, light and dark. We've got dark pecan pie, poppy parade dark. And then I brought out my marker, which is my Mossy Meadow, because I didn't have a Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blend. So that did go on my order yesterday. So we're going to use the marker for the Mossy Meadow part of it that we need. And so let's start with that. And we're going to color the glass. Am I on camera? Yeah. And kind of outline it a little bit. I think that's all green. I guess I did do the line. I guess that's a line. And then we've got a light copper clay. It's going to be or drink. Not sure what that is. Could be apple cider, maybe. No, it's a lime or orange or something that's in there. I don't know what it is. And then we're going to do our light pebble path to do the straw, or might be a stir stick. And we're going to go with our pecan pie. Do a little gingerbread cookie. And come back with the dark pecan pie, and we'll do the little stripes on his legs. I think I'm weak today. I'm having a hard time pulling the caps off of my stamping pens. And then we'll come with the dark poppy parade to do the candy cane. All right. So that's all covering it up. And I'm going to do our little tabs on there. So, I have my fine tip glue bottle, and I just added my combo to it. So it makes it easier when I got little things I gotta glue. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna put one in the front and one in the back to reinforce it really good. I guess that's what you call them, little reinforcers. And we're done with our fine tip glue. And place those carefully on there. Try to match up the hole with the tabs. And I'm getting glue all over my fingers now. All right. Wipe off the fingers a little bit. And now we're going to bring in this is our Simply Elegant trim. And I'm going to use the silver. It comes in silver or gold trim. So I'm going to cut off some of our silver trim. And I didn't really measure it. I'm going to think maybe 10 inches, maybe 8 inches. Just kind of eyeball it. And then I'm going to bring a ribbon over here. And this is our silver and white sheer ribbon. It's very pretty. Camera doing it justice. Yeah, maybe. So we're, instead of putting the bow around the center, I'm going to snitch this bottle out of here so it helps support our box better. Put that in there. And figure out which one for the front, which is the back. Where's my seam? That's right there. So we'll put that in the back. I'm just going to bring this around and tie a bow. See if we can do this on camera very well. I don't know. So, camera view. There we go. And I think I'm going to tie it in a knot to make it stay in place. So I'm going to stay fairly tight. All right, now we can work with the bow. That's not bad. Let's make it a little bit smaller. I'm not good at tying bows. I use my bow maker most of the time. But I guess that's not too bad. Well, that would lay down. And we'll cut off these tails. And then I'm going to take my little trim here and we're going to double that over and put that through our tag. Must be hungry. My stomach's going to start growling. I can feel it. It's not lunchtime yet. Gotta behave. All right, so there we have our tag. And I want to tie that around here. So I'm going to take my scissors and grab those, that twine out from underneath there. And maybe we can tie a knot there to hold it in place. Maybe should have gotten a little bit longer. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. Can you see it on camera? Okay, I guess so. All right, we need to put our top one on there. So let's bring our glue out here. And make sure it's going the right direction. And this is the front. We want it to go this way. Okay, so there's our box. I'm kind of happy with the way it turned out. And for you is our tag. And you could add a gem there if you wanted to. I didn't on mine, but you could. All right, and now we have a card to go with it. Here's our card. It says Merry Christmas. And I used the same paper. And it says, may your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas merry, and the new year bright. So let's do our card. And we're going to do some heat embossing on this. I got some room here without cluttering too much. Our card base is that same glossy metal green. And it's 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. So we'll burnish that edge. And then we have our designer series paper that matches our box. And that is, here's my instructions. 2 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches. That's just going to be across the top. And then we have a 1/2 inch by 5 3/8 inch that matches our this pattern. So we're bringing in both designer series paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these together, and then we'll do our embossing. So I'm going to just attach this to this layer, and then if I have to trim off anything, I'm able to do that. So I'm going to run a fine line of glue across the bottom. And attach this to that. And it looks like it matches up really good. I thought I'd have to trim off some. Let's turn that over and we'll attach that to our card front. And let's see which side looks best on my card. Sometimes one side looks better than the other, so I always try to get the best side. And we'll attach that to the card front, keeping a little border going around the 3 sides and a larger border at the bottom because we're going to heat embark our greeting on there, Merry Christmas. All right, so let's set that aside for a moment, and we're going to bring our other supplies here. So we're needing our Merry Christmas. And this is kind of our inside sentiment, which can wait a moment. So I guess that's the only one we need to heat and emboss. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring out our heat gun. Oops. Just dropped the card on the floor. And we're going to use the white embossing powder and our Versamark. And maybe just my brush it down. I'm not going to use the tray today. I'm just going to use paper to touch our embossing powder. So let me bring our card back over here, and we're going to use our Stampin' Braid, embossing braid, and we're going to get rid of any static thing that might be on there from oils from our fingers or anything. And a Versamark pad. I'm going to use our Versamark ink. Clean that up really good. And I'm going to place my sentiment over on the right side, I think, this time. I did it on the left side with the other one. I don't want to change this one up a little bit. And Merry Christmas. Set that aside. Put the cover back on our Versamark. And I'm going to bring out scrap paper here to dust this on. And you probably hear squeaking. That's my husband out there on the mower. He drives his little cart along with them to put his stuff in, to trim bushes or whatever he's done. So that's what he's doing today. He's been cutting trees, trimming them up. The bottom branches are hanging low. Keeps him occupied. Keeps him out of my hair. He's retired, so you know how that is. All right, I'm going to heat up my heat gun, so you probably have some noise from that. As soon as that starts getting shiny, then that means that it's done. So it's time to wait for our gun to get heated up to the temperature that it needs to be, and they'll start shooting. The bell is starting. And you don't want to hold it on there too long because you can burn your embossing powder. So you don't want that to happen after all the work. All right, short and sweet. And it does curl the cardstock just a little bit, but we can straighten that back out. All right, let me move that aside. So there we have our Merry Christmas, and we're going to, did I not tie a bow? I don't think I did. All right, we need to make a bow on camera here. So I'm going to bring over my trustworthy bow maker, and we're going to make us a bow. And I want kind of a large one, so let's go ahead and spread those out. And bring our ribbon back over here. And you can make either a double bow or a single bow, but I think I'm just going to go with a single bow. And tie that. And let's see if I got it in the center or not. It looks fairly good. Oops, sorry about that noise. I'll slim them down a little hard. And we're going to cut off those tails of that bow. And then I need my glue dot to attach that. And I take your pick tool to pick up a blue dot. And we're going to place that right over here. And put our bow down. I'm going to put it at an angle. I'm not going exactly straight with it, so that way I don't have to worry about if it's straight in there or not. So there's our bow. And all cards need a little bit of bling, so I'm going to bring in our adhesive back glitter sequins. My finger again. Keep forgetting that you can see me on camera. My hands are dried, so do that. Bad habit. All right, so we're going to take our pick tool, and I'm going to use the putty end, and I'm going to take off some of these white little dot sequins. I'm going to place 2 right here underneath our bow. And of course, I like to do things in odd numbers, so 3s. I'm going to put 1 up here on our little strip of paper. And we're going to work on the inside of our card. And this is our basic white, and it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I have a little strip of that same designer series paper, which is 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 inches. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp this first in case I have to turn our card over. What did I do with my stamp pad? There it is. I'm using the Mossy Metal stamp pad. And the inside sentiment is going to be, may your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas merry, and the new year bright. And that one comes from the very best occasions. It's this one right here. So I did use an assortment of stamp sets in this project today. So I think it was 4 different stamp sets. So I'm going to stamp this mid-center. Let's get that over out of the way so I don't put my hands in it. There's a parting pad. And I'm going to bring our little strip over here and put that at the bottom of our basic white. And I'll go on the bottom portion of our basic white. And I'm going to use my grid lines here to match it up so it's straight. You know, I have a problem getting things straight. Right there. And I've got a little bit of a hang off there, so I'm going to trim that off. And now I can put that on the inside of our card. Thank you, Becky. Yeah, I think they'll make great birthday or Christmas presents and birthday or any kind of occasion. You can just change up the paper to make it to what occasion you want it to be. So I love the idea. I'm going to be making more of them. They make really good gifts for anybody who wouldn't appreciate getting a bottle of Bath and Body Works hand wash, hand soap. Couldn't think of the word I wanted there. Okay, so here's our card. Merry Christmas. Make sure you can see it good. And the inside says, may your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas merry, and the new year bright. Okay, so here's our box, our little gift box for our soap, and then our card that goes along with it. So what a great gift that is. I'd be happy to receive that from somebody. All right, so I have another card. Do you want to stick around and let me do another card, or should I save it for maybe next week or something? I know I got a late start, so I don't think I've been on here all that long. So should I do another card, or have you seen enough of me today? Let me know. It's fairly quick. I've got everything pretty well prepped and ready, so it won't take very long. Let me set things out of the way. I know things are going to fall here, but I'll set them right. Let me reach over here and put that there. There they go, sliding. So another card or stop? I think we have a delay, so I'm just waiting for the comments to come up. Are you doing good today, Becky? What's your weather like over on your side of the world? The country? All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and do another card. You can always watch the replay later if you can't stick around. And it's a fun pose. It's a good one. And I'm using the Fluffiest Friends bundle. And this is one of our new ones that are going to be coming out in our next mini catalog. So it's really cute. Fluffiest Friends, or Chubbiest Friends too, it could be called. Kind of chubby. And then I'm also using the Go-To Greetings for the Thinking of You, this one here. And then the Hello from the Biggest Wish stamp set. So I need the dies left on. I need to use those. And the paper that we're using, the Designer Series paper, which you can get on sale right now, is the 2023 to 2025 in color 6x6 Designer Series paper. And it's got all the colors are boho blue, copper clay, booty mauve, pebble path, and wild wheat. And it's got the hearts with the little checks on the back. And it's also got the stripes with the polka dots. So those are in every color is like that. So there's 4 different patterns that come with that. I'm going to I got something. I don't think I did. If I did, it went in the trash can, so I have to dig it out later. All right, so here's our little card. It's hello, and it got that little fat kitty on there. And it opens up like that, and it says thinking of you, and it's just got the card base with the little fun fold on top of that. So really cute. I like this layout. All right, so we're going to start out with our pecan pie. And that's 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And then we've got our wild wheat is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And those are just going to attach to each other. So let's go ahead and put those down. And we'll glue that to our pecan pie, the wild wheat to the pecan pie. So that's our card base right there. And then we've got our Designer Series paper, which is 5 inches, or no, 6 inches by 5 inches. And then we've scored it at 2 1/4 inches. So I'm going to reinforce that. And that's going to glue down to our card base. So let's go ahead and do that. You could use either side, either the heart side or the this pattern here. I'm not sure what that would be called, like a hashtag kind of thing. So there we go with that. All right, and then we've got two basic white, oops, that's my scrap, that measure 3 inches by 4 inches, and we need two of those, one for the front and then one for the inside. So we're going to work on this one here. We're going to stamp our hello on there first. So let me get my hello. And we're using black memento ink. And I think my husband's forgetting that I'm live because he's coming in here. And we're going to stamp that right there. So that's our hello. And then we're going to do some flowers. And we're going to stamp those along the bottom edge. And I'm going to kind of go off the edge on this first one. So we're going to kind of hang over the bottom. And then we're going to stamp some more up a little bit higher. And we're going to just catch this one little lonely flower right here at the edge. All right, now we're done with the, oops, we need to stamp our cat yet. Our fat cat, fluffiest cat. And we're just going to stamp him right on here because we're going to color him and then die cut him out. All right, I think we're done with the black ink, unless we want to stamp. Let's go ahead and stamp the inside while we're at it, and then we'll be finished with it for stamping. So we need to bring those flowers back out here. And, whoops, I got black ink on me somewhere. I go look at my fingers again. Sorry about that. Let me grab some baby wipes here. Get that ink off our fingers before I transfer any more. Could be I need to clean up my ink pad. Sometimes it gets off the sides of it and gets all over me. So let's turn that over. It's a good thing we got two sides to every paper. And we're going to stamp 3 flowers down in the right-hand corner. And then we want thinking of you. Stamp that at the top. All right, put that lid back on that ink pad. And wipe my fingers again in case I touch some more ink on there again. Thank goodness for baby wipes. All right, it's falling out of my chair here, so let's put our cover on that for now. Move those out of the way. And put our stamping blends out here. And let's do the flowers first. I guess we'll get those out of the way. And I want to use a lemon lolly and a granny apple green for the flowers. So I'm going to start with a dark lemon lolly, and I'm going to give some shading to those flowers just a little bit in the center where the lines are. Not all of them. And don't forget these. And you can tell my husband's been out there burning stuff. I smell smoky when he came in. And I'll also do the kitty's flower too while we're at it. And we'll come back with the light lemon lolly to fill those in. So I'm going to go ahead and do a live next week, the day before Thanksgiving. I know everybody's probably busy cooking and preparing for their meal for the next day, but you can always watch the replay whenever you have time. And I'm not sure what I'm making yet, but probably 3 cards, I think. I don't know if I'll throw another 3D project in there. I might. You never know. You have to stay tuned and find out. Alright, so we got lemon lolly then. Now we're going to come in with our Granny Apple Green Dark. Oops. My blend keeps falling apart on me. I don't know. I'm pulling it wrong. Does anybody else have that problem where their blends come apart? Yeah. I maybe need to glue it or something. I don't know. It's only been certain ones that have been doing that to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm stronger than what I think I am. I'm pulling too hard. Okay, did I get all of those? Yeah. Now let's go with the light Granny Apple Green. And fill in the leaves with that. Okay. And then I'm going to use copper clay. This is the dark copper clay. And I'm going to color the flower pot that the kitty is holding with the copper clay. And I could have used both the light and the dark, but I was going to use the dark. And we've got Cookie barking. Tell her daddy's in the house. She behaves herself when we're by ourselves. Only when he's in here, she acts out. She knows she can get by with it. She's got her daddy wrapped around her paw. All right, we're filling in the centers of our flowers too with the copper clay. And I'm going to take my wild wheat and we're going to color our kitty cat. And I'm going to start with the dark wild wheat. And we're going to do some shading. I got to figure out why I'm getting so much echo with my live here. If it's the software's problem or if it's my problem. They did say when I signed on that they were having problems with Chrome, having a lot of echoing. So maybe that's what it is. They said they're working on it. So hopefully they get it fixed before too long. Because I do enjoy doing the videos, but I don't like the technical problems. All right, I think I've got to do his toes a little bit darker. I'm going to come back with the light wild wheat and finish him off. We got to do his nose and ears yet, so we're not quite done. And let me get the brush in. Maybe I could speed this up a little bit. Without messing it up. His ears a little bit right there. We will be die cutting this out, so I don't have to fussy cut it anyway. It has a die. And we've gotten spoiled. We don't have to do as much fussy cutting as we used to. We've got dies for almost everything. And if you don't have a die cutting machine, we have two different ones. We have the mini and we have our regular size. So they're in the catalog. If you look, you'll be able to find them. And they'll be able to do all the things that you want it to do, the die cutting, embossing folders. So in my book, it is a must, but when you're first starting out, a lot of times you have to go with less, but it's something you might want to invest in later on. All right, we're going to use the dark bubble bath to do his ears and his nose. And let me see what color I want to do his nose. I think I'll stick to the dark wild wheat to do his nose too. There. Isn't he cute? Or she? Might be a she. All right, so now we want to get her down, and we want to cut her out. Put that right here. And we've got our baby Blue machine over here. And we're going to bring him out here, and we're going to die cut this. So let me move some things out of the way. So this all folds up for storage, so it makes it easy. It doesn't take up much room. And it's not quite always had a number 3 plate, a number 2, and then a number 2 goes on top. And everything comes with your machine. It's already, well, that's not the right one. That's the beaver. We don't want the beaver. We want the cat. I had the wrong die. There it is. I just seen the long tail and thought it was the cat tail. Not quite. All right, so turn this the right direction. And place that down on top of our kitty cat. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape to hold him in place. It doesn't move on me. After all that coloring, I don't want it to mess up on me. And we'll put our plate in there. And run that through. And I was going to show sympathy cards that I received from everybody for when my dad passed away a couple weeks ago. But I think it might take a little bit too long, so I'm not going to do that today. I just want to thank anybody that might have sent me a card. I want to thank you so very much. It really meant a lot to me. Yeah. Very pretty cards. So here's our kitty cat, all cut out and colored. And put our die away. Put that back in there. Now we're going to place the kitty cat up on dimensionals. And these are right here. I've got a brand new sheet of dimensionals to use today. Okay. All right. And I gotta make sure I put it on the right one. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the front of our card. But first I want to put the inside one in because I want to match them up so they don't overlap each other. So I'm taking off the wrong end here. We're going to attach our inside to the inside of our card. And let's get that centered. Go up a little bit. Maybe right there. now we're going to attach this over the top, and we're going to match up those two so that it covers up the inside. So we only want to put glue on this side. So let's hold our thumb there so we don't go past that area. Or we'll be gluing our card shut. We don't want to do that. So let's lay that on top. Okay, so now it's got it covering the inside of the card. So that's how you do that. Oh, and I didn't put down my bow or ribbon first. Let's pull this up again. We got ahead of ourselves. If I didn't have any mess ups during my lives, I wouldn't be mean. So we're going to use the textured ribbon, and this is our copper clay color. And we're just going to put a little strip across there. And I don't know if I got enough adhesive there to hold it. I may have to take it off completely and fix it. But maybe we can make it work. And place that down. Kind of crinkle that edge. Let's use our foam folder and straighten that out. I think we might be okay. I think it's going to hold. Yep. So there we go. And I'm going to place our kitty cat right above our flowers and just below our hello. And take my pick tool to pop off those backings. And then we're going to place her onto the right side, centered. There she is. Isn't she cute? And then I'm going to take another little piece of this ribbon, and we're just going to make a faux bow, which is a fake bow. And try not to waste too much here. We'll just tie that and snip off the end. You can unravel this ribbon a little bit too to make it kind of fringy. Is that a word? Okay. And to add a little bit of bling to that, we're going to use our, what are these called? Our pastel adhesive back sequins. And I'm going to use the gold. It's got a smaller and a larger size. We're going to use one large one and then two little ones. Take off a large one. I'm going to place that up here. And then we want two smaller gold ones to put maybe one here and the other one. Maybe right there. I should do them in odd numbers, so 3s, 5s, that sort of thing. Okay, let me see. Are we missing anything? I don't think we are. Okay, so that's it. It's a very simple fun fold. I really like this style. It's easy to put together and it's appealing to the eye. So here's our fluffiest friends, kitty cat. Hello card from both. Hello, thinking of you. All right, so I'm going to put the color back on my glue and we're going to bring these cards out here to show. So here's our second card. Here's our gift box and our card that goes with that. And I also did another one using this paper, but let me get out of here and drop the other card. So let's turn this over. This is using the Christmas stocking paper, that same packet. And so just a little bit of a difference. I guess it's not showing very well on the camera. You can see it.
This is the
This
red.
is the red and this is the green. So just
some ideas.
Some gifts for Christmas.
All right, so I'm going to let you go. And like I said, I'll be back next Wednesday, which will be November 22nd. And I should be live at 10 o'clock, but I got another call coming in, so I might change that to 10:30. Let's make that a half hour later. Because I have a call coming in at 9:40 and I don't want it to go over, so let's do 10:30. So 10:30 Central Time on November 22nd. So I want to thank you for being here today. Be sure you tell your friends and family about me. And I guess that's all. I can't think of anything else. So until next week, y'all have a good rest of the week. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.